Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile, I'm the analyst and trading mentor. You can find at the website www.fibstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the Fibstalker nickname. Good evening, today is April the 30th, 2014. It's 11:30 p.m. time in Toronto, and in this video I'm going to review for you all the markets I follow. This is a daily update valid for tomorrow, May the 1st, 2014. Tomorrow it's holiday in Europe, so volume and action may be a little bit slower or smaller. So let's start from the euro dollar, which is what you see on the screen. As you know, yesterday we identified with a confirmation with this red bar lower, we confirmed a lateral move for this market. Today it was a long move here, and the market stopped out the position that had the free risk trade that had stopped below the low on the 22nd here, and then the market picked up again. So the only way we could actually manage this market was to trade on the 15 minutes here, and I'm going to show you the sequence of measured move we had there and where this market could be picked up after the stop out of the free risk trade. We had this measured move, an extension which brought price into 138 and 137.83, and after we saw the spike lower, the trace was from lows to lows because of an extension, and that was the confirmation. So the entry was 137.97 with a stop below 137.73. So we're talking about here 24 pips, and clearly this market offered a free risk trade very quickly here. If you traded using the Fibs token, taking out the 15 minutes, you should be in a long trade here, already enjoying an 0.5% plus a 1%, so 1.5% gain here on a free risk trade. So what's going to happen here? We have this consolidation formation, so the market could actually bounce off this high and continue lower, or we could just see this market moving higher into the 139.60 and eventually 141. Moving to the SP 500, the SP 500 kept pushing higher here, and again now for the fourth time in a row it's testing this important level of resistance. It's not resistance indeed, it's profit taking. So we might witness profit taking again at this juncture here. Unfortunately, the 4-hour chart does not help us to see what is the structure, so we have to move to the 4-hour chart here, and of course this market is moving in extensions, and let's see if this is the price I'm going to use. This is the anchor I'm going to use on the 15 minutes, and as you can see there was participation and price was brought into the first target. So if the market retraces here, the next measured move in the sequence is going to be from this level to highs here, and that's where either we see participation. If we don't see participation and price actually breaks below this 1860, 64.50, 64.25 here, there's a confirmation again that shorts are in control in this market, and again I anticipate again profit taking from these levels. Moving to the dollar index, nothing new here. This is very similar to the euro dollar upside down, so I'm not going to comment on this. What we saw here, we saw a retest of this level and a break again a break of the 79.64. So again we are going to test lows here, and there's a possibility now for dollar to break these lows because we have one measure move short, a second measure move short here. So there's serious possibility for this market to just start moving lower below this previous lows at 79.40. So the first one is going to be 79.05 and second one is 78.84. When we come to the gold here, gold mini future went to retest this level all the way halfway back here once and twice today. So you know, this chart is a little bit of a mess. There is still this 1286 area which is providing support, and there is also participation from all the way halfway back here. So at the moment this whole area here is still providing support, and I will consider this measure move here from highs to lows. And as you can see, price was not able to make it above 1298.20 here. The high was actually 1298, and so this market is at the moment is between these two area of support. The support at 1286.87 and the resistance at 1295.50. So only when I will see 1298, you know, this would be a confirmation on this time frame. However, on the 15 minutes time frame, this area of support has been confirmed already, because we saw actually this move from highs to lows. If you wish, it broke. Actually, I believe there is support in this market still. It's better to get a confirmation on the 4-hour chart here. Moving to the US dollar versus Japanese yen very quickly. Starting from the daily chart, we had this today, this 102.02 being retested again. So this market is actually between an area of support starting at 102 and an area of resistance starting at 102.75 here. So it's a 75 pips move, and of course we can study the sequence of measure move lower again in the 15 minutes here. To see what actually this market is actually bringing us, and it's not very easy to see at the sequence here, but the sequence is always there. And here we had this extension with resistance 102.34, which brought price into 102.13 and 102.02, and then however you trace the sequence here, we had the next measure move failing. So the entry here, if you looked at the 15 minutes, was entering 102.14 with a stop below 102.01, which would have been actually 13 pips risk here, and this would have given you a free risk trade. Moving to the euro versus the Japanese yen, on the daily chart, we could see also here the all the way halfway back 141.28 hold in this lateral move now we have, and again the entry could have been spotted here on this time frame and the sequence. I showed you the sequence yesterday. There was an extension here, and but then I modeled this sequence of measure move with a traditional move here, and that worked quite well, because we hit first and second target, and we had actually the market again hitting the actually respecting the next measure move, and then hitting the first target, and then the next measure move in the sequence failed, and that was the entry. So the entry was anchored to low here. It was 141.41 with a stop below recent lows, and again we would have had a free risk trade and a trade moving higher here. So sometimes it's important to time and trade this measure move on the 15 minutes, as we can see here. Finally, for the Japanese yen, the pound versus the Japanese yen, this market actually retested the all the way halfway back, which you can actually see here on the 4-hour chart, and and that was the trade. A risky trade would have been to of course trade the level 172.06 with a stop below 171.87, but it was a risky one. And again, you can study the 15 minutes here and look at the sequence of measure move, and at some point we had a failure and then a continuation higher. Moving to the pound versus the US dollar, what I want to notice here only on the daily time frame is that this market is continuing higher, and actually is probably going to reach the first target of this busted move here. And usually when we have a busted move and we get to the first target, we see some profit taking, and the level is 169.55. Now if this market continues higher with the euro, there is even a possibility for a continuation higher into the 161.69, and that's something that we have to look at. For sure this 169.55 seems in the card here. Moving to the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, and I'm going to change the scale first here, back to this. So Australian dollar versus the US dollar, as you know, we entered at this 93.56. We have already a free risk trade in this market, and this market is now retracing. There is the potential for this market to retrace all the way halfway back into the highs to lows here. Will he make it there? Well, we don't know. The 4 hour sequence here failed, as I'm going to show you now, and that's an indication that this market would be very close to a reversal and a continuation lower. And as you can see here, we had this area of support on 92.60. First it was respected. The next 4 hour bar, we had a brief breach below 092.51, and that's enough for declaring the sequence of measure move almost finished. Now we still have a previous target here, 093.11. I think that there is a possibility we get there and then we reverse. If we continue higher, you can see the second target is right at that area of resistance. So if we continue higher, we will trace as an extension short, and we will use that for trading. US dollar versus Canadian dollar actually apparently had an encounter with a previous anchor too low as an area of resistance, as you can see here. The 110.53 was never breached on the upside, and actually you remember yesterday I've traced this measure move. This was an extension continuation short, an extension from previous lows to lows, and today we traded that with a small front run, or 109.78 versus 109.79, so just 1 pip below that. But as you can see, price was not pushed into the first target here, so it's reacting now higher, and there is a possibility that it breaks this 109.88 again. This could be an entry, 109.89, with a stop below lows. Or otherwise, I mean, if it breaks and retraces, it's good to go there and wait for maybe a retracement, whatever is going to be the high. We're going to wait for a retracement there. And finally, the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. This is a very interesting market. This shows that you have to keep following the sequence of measure move, and you have to have faith in it. And if the sequence of measure move lower breaks on top of a support, then we apply the fib stalking technique, and that's our entry point. That's exactly what happened today. And the entry point was 85.91 and 92 with a stop below slow. And we're gonna see whether this price is continuing higher here. This price could continue higher. You remember that we have second target above on the daily time frame, but of course there is always the other side of the trade as well here. It's important to study what is going to happen here on the 15 minutes. And there's not really a lot of time, but I'll review this this tomorrow. Just want to keep this video within 15 minutes. Thanks a lot for your time and watching this video and sticking around. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye now.